Railroad Preserver 2000 here, back again doing another video here on my birthday. I'm currently here in Etowah, Tennessee, and here's the main train station here in Etowah. They've got an L&N caboose on display. Well, here is downtown Etowah right here. So for the Rails Unlimited staff team, if you want something to model, here's a good example right here. The whole downtown is behind the depot. It's nothing but a long strip. They've got a Veterans Day thing here with all the flags, and they've got a park out front. Here's their Korean War Memorial right here. And yeah, here's the old L&N passenger station, which now, as you can see, is in use by, I believe, either a short line and or CSX. It looks to be CSX. I actually hear a diesel. Yep, it's CSX, because there's one of their diesels right there switching in the yard. And yeah, here's the Louisville and Nashville caboose. So you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get pictures of the thing. So 1, 2, 3. My mom and my grandmother are across the street shopping. So this sucker has the old solid bearings. They're not the roller bearings, they got solid. And I know this because I believe if I open this up, well, if I could open it up, it would have a journal box. That's what those are. Those are the journal boxes. Brakes right there. Oh, I think you could, I think you can walk up. Yeah, you can. Wait, can you? Or does the depot have to unlock it? Oh, yeah. But there's the inside. Got an old gas stove, some bunks. There would have been a table with the bay windows. It looks to be a water tank there. Some storage. And you've got a handrail there, and then you've got the stovepipe. And yeah, here's the CSX yard here in Etowah. Brake hose, coupler knuckle, brake chain connecting to the brake lines, and then here's the handle used to uncouple it. Coupler box, grab irons there, ladder, more grab irons. Oh, so that was a kerosene stove, never mind. I just noticed it said kerosene. And then here's the magnificently restored passenger depot here in Etowah, and actually there is the old passenger platform. That's actually what that is right there. That's the old passenger platform right there, and you can see over time as they've redone the tracks, they're now above the old ground level. At the time they would have been at the same level as the platforms. Oh, hello. Oh, the dogs. Oh. Yeah, here's the Etowah passenger depot from this side. I'm going to get some photos of it. So 1, 2, 3. Now, of course, I can't get a picture from trackside. That'd be trespassing, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll get a picture from this side. Well, I mean, I could try to. I'll just have to risk putting the camera through the fence, but it's probably identical, more or less. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to see if they're open. I was going to see if I could ask them about where we're supposed to actually go to get on the train. Because it's only like, I think, 9 or 10 o'clock. So we got here fairly early. Here's another view of the passenger station. And it might have been at one time that it had track going all around it and you had to walk across. So 1, 2, 3. I think they're open. I'll have to look at the time. yeah, so this is like Crawford. It's the Chamber of Commerce. I see. Oh yeah, they've got a railroad museum. I wonder, are they open? Hey, it says it's open. In that case, I'm going to take my chance and look. Hold on one second. Alright, so I'm now in the passenger station here. The old Louisville and Nashville passenger station. So this was the main waiting room. Is that correct? This the main waiting room?
Yes, it is.
Alright, so you have the main waiting room here. Got the old stove there. Ticket window. There would have probably been some benches right in here. Would have gone out that door there to board the trains. Got some artifacts here. Some lanterns, telegraph, locks, a spittoon, oil can, railroad lamp, switch locks. Probably contained flares. There's the ticket window. And here's the where they would have had the telegraph right here. Would have probably had a telegraph set up right here. So there would have been a set of semaphore signals just out front somewhere. Like that old lamp right there. Ticket punch. Probably from off one of the trains. Some of the china memorabilia from Louisville and Nashville here. Conductor's uniform or station master. Right here. And to Amtrak, you should be taking notes on this. This is what a lot of people remember. Those who were old enough to have remembered riding these trains when they were younger. This is what I missed out on. Yeah, there's probably another ticket window right here. And you've got a system map right here. Oh, yes, that's right. The station up in Macon, Georgia, still has a sign from that period right there, etched into the granite or marble outside. But here is the blueprint for the station right here, the whole floor plan. That's interesting. I'm going to try and get some pictures of this. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm getting pictures because it would be good for modeling later on. Oh, I didn't notice this. Is this a... Oh, it's a jack. That's neat. That's probably the first one I've seen right there. And here's the telegraph operator's room right there. And then again, there's the old platform right there, just beyond the fence. Again, more artifacts, like you got more of the telegraph equipment here. I believe I've got more here. God, I love these old stations. They're pretty. More museum space, but this would have probably been another waiting room, or the freight area where they would have stored the freight coming in and out, coming on and off the train. Probably from the high school, I'm guessing. Oh wow. I remember having a similar set to this early on. It wasn't like that, but still, it was interesting. So yeah, probably gonna wrap it up here, and I'll see y'all later.
This staircase is the original staircase from when the building was made.
Oh yeah.
You've probably, as you've read, 1906 was when this building was created. First building in this town.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2006 would have been its centennial.
Yes.
And of course, it would have celebrated its 110th anniversary back in 2016. So it'll be 120 in a few more years.
Oh yeah.
Hey, knock on wood, it's still here.
Oh yeah, after certain altercations.
Did they? Oh, thought there was like one of those marble
Oh,
doorknobs.
that's just a door stop, so the door doesn't hit the wood.
Yeah. Oh well, you're not lying. That's actually not a bad picture right there.
And usually, depending on if it's a sunny day or a cloudy day, the only light I honestly turn on is the one on the staircase, because mostly the light that comes from the sun actually lights up the buildings.
Oh yeah, and I like buildings like that, you know, where you can just use.
You can walk around right now and you can pretty much read everything on the walls.
Oh yeah.
So it's very rare that I turn the lights on when the sun's out and shining.
So
The only thing down these hallways is just
gallery photos and whatnot.
it's art that we've put in here from artists in Athens.
Oh yeah. You know, it's funny. Every time, I love it. I live near Athens, Georgia, and it's also a fairly good-sized railroad town. From the high school, perhaps.
Yep, this entire room is the memory room from the Etowah High School, which is, as of I think 66, they disbanded the Etowah High School and merged the Englewood and Etowah students together to make McMinn Central High School, which the high school still stands today.
Yeah, I think the high school my grandmother went to in Etowah, I don't know, I think she either said it was either still standing or it's since been torn down. Yeah, there's a better view of the yard. So was this a much larger complex back when the L&N ran?
If you were to look at the map from before, yeah, there was a lot of buildings behind here.
So it was like
the trains running.
So it would have been like I'm sure all the servicing facilities during the steam era would have been here.
It would be on that side of the track, while over here would be the YMCA, where you would go to sleep, wake up early enough to head over the tracks, and be cautious on the tracks.
Yeah.
You have incoming trains.
They should do what they did in Roanoke and have like a footbridge.
Yeah.
Like I heard they closed the shops up there up in Roanoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and NASA's moving everything up to Altoona. I get why, but at the same time, you know, God forbid, if something happened to their main facility in Altoona, then what are they going to do?
Yeah.
I think they should keep that whole complex in Roanoke on standby so that they can still do the same heavy repair work there as they're doing in Altoona, so that they have a fail-safe.
Yeah.
But that's just me, and I seriously doubt any of the railroad execs over there would listen to someone like me, you know? I'll say the gallery stuff is interesting.
Yeah, this is what they added, I think a few years back from a local graffiti artist who actually got his start tagging trains.
Yeah, I've heard that stuff is like, if you do it on the actual rolling stock, it's a misdemeanor, but if you do it on the engines, it's considered a felony.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that.
I mean, if it is certain crime to
oh yeah,
spray paint, but right here would be the layout of what was there before. So you saw all the different buildings that used to be there.
Oh yeah. And of course the roundhouse, I'm pretty sure there might be some foundations of that left somewhere in the ground.
Let's see here.
I know up in Macon, they you can still see, at least on Google Maps, where the old roundhouse used to be. Just the foundations of the stalls.
Yeah. Yeah, but from looking at the map now, you can just see that this town has grown. They always had fear of it dying out.
It hasn't died out. It's just.
I mean, it's slowed down. You know, it's a small town. Nothing really too fast. But
the thing is, a good-sized town like this doesn't really die per se. It just goes and slows down a lot more.
It quiets down.
For some residents, you know, that can be either a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is. In my words, it's more of a retirement town than anything.
Yeah. And I love that. You can just look at the glass and tell what glass is old because that's the wavy glass.
Yep.
Try and zoom in with the camera to pick it up better. I can tell because modern glass is not that wavy.
No.
But there's I guess that's a local, if I'm guessing. Either that or he's getting a train made up for the next group of engines to come in and pick it up.
Over at the truck, yeah. CSX, we have CSX run through these lines. They do maintenance on the lines.
Like actually, right here would be a good place to watch the trains.
Oh yeah.
Just have to find a way to make sure it stays cool.
I usually I usually tell people,
Ooh.
come upstairs and you get to see the train either up here or the room down the hall.
Yeah.
They got a lot. I think this is the longest train I've seen come through here so far.
Well, I think he's actually, well, he's making up the trains, and I know CSX has got them to where they're pretty long now.
Oh, yeah. Usually I just hear it pass by me.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually you start drowning out the noise.
Yeah, you get used to it. Hey, buddy, don't you know you ain't supposed to move yet? You haven't released the brakes. I've actually seen a similar typewriter to this that actually still worked. It was at an antique place. Yeah, and I actually typed with it. I believe it was I think it was also an Underwood, but it could have been a Remington. I don't remember.
Okay.
You can see the keys are seized. That's the thing, once all of the little keys get stuck, it's hard to get it to where it'll work again.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, it's just cumbersome. But, conference room?
Yeah, that room stays locked. It's the
Yeah.
historical committee's conference room. We got the archives right next door.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of blueprints in there for this.
Yeah, there is.
You know, I wonder if anybody has thought to maybe release them so any people who model like layouts could use them to try and model the building.
All the original, well, most of them are copies. All the originals that they had have been sent over to the state
Archives.
office and archives so they can restore them.
That'd be, I mean, that is always neat, you know, to see the blueprints, because I'm actually part of a group trying to model stuff on like a computer
Yeah.
game. It's called Rails Unlimited.
Okay.
And I can't model anything, so getting stuff like this is the next best thing I can do to help them.
This is actually, you said you were taking the Hawaii loop today?
Yeah, and at
This is actually
1:30.
the 3D replica of what you'll be seeing.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
If they had a working scale for like model train scale at that scale, oh God, be prepared. Make sure the kit comes with a magnifying glass and steady hands, because
Oh, yeah.
that would be a nightmare.
Every now and then I have to come up here. I usually clean the plastic glass once a month or whenever it needs to be cleaned.
I found using like a cloth rag helps. I do that with my glasses and the camera lenses.
Yeah, we usually have polish and a cloth that we use to shine it up. But some of this stuff I can't take off because it's inside the casing.
Yeah. It's like, no, I don't mind the gargantuan camera drone randomly flying overhead. It's perfectly fine. Oops. Well, still. Yeah, if you guys are curious as to what we're going to be riding through, this here is it. It's kind of like up in Canada where they've got the spiral tunnels to help increase elevation. This is similar to that, only no tunnel. But I've always liked stuff like this. I'd never be able to do it, but I like seeing models like this. What was this here? Is that just a piece of furniture y'all found?
That is a cabinet. I don't know what room it was actually originally from. I'm still trying to determine that. They still haven't told me.
Huh.
I mean, it's placed here, but I don't know where it was originally put. Because there is actually something behind here that you can read. So I think they just place it here and works of moving it somewhere else. I'm not too sure.
Oh, yeah. That is a nice painting.
Yes, that is also the painting that I have in my office, just a
Smaller.
smaller size, higher.
I like it.
And then this room, exhibit continues. It tells you about the lines
Oh, yeah.
with a big little map on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
See, we do the Hiwassee Loop. That's one trip we offer. We also do the Copper Hill Special, which takes you all the way down the line.
So it's like the entire line, but you'd have to get up like real early for that one.
Well, actually, those ones usually we run one trip, and it's usually at 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Where we're at right now, the loop is the halfway point. 4.5 hours, 2 there, 2 back. And we usually run those two times a day, but as of right now, they're still doing track maintenance, so we only run one trip at 1:30. But on the next day, we always run the Copper Hill Special, 8.5 hours, 4 there, 4 back, with a hour-and-a-half layover.
Now I just noticed this with the grades, giving you an idea of the ruling grade right here.
Yeah, the steepness of everything.
Yeah, and I like that. Oh, so these here are like the milepost numbers, right?
Yeah,
Three,
those are
four,
all
six.
So if you were to look at it, it would go from top to bottom all the way over, and it follows the track line.
So I think what was like the maximum percentage of like the ruling grade over this stretch of track? I mean,
Off the top of my head,
I was asking because up in Alaska, when I've ridden on the White Pass in Yukon, it I think it was about 3 or 4%, 3.5 to 4%, as the ruling grade going up the mountains.
I would say it would be this area right here, just following that line all the way down.
So right
Up the loop, yeah. Then eventually when you come down, it starts to,
taper off.
yeah,
Speaking of which,
equals out.
yeah, that's what we're gonna be riding right there.
It was a very nice trip.
Yeah, and I noticed it's TVRM that runs it, and I've been to that museum a few times.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad they had the foresight to save this, because, you know, if they hadn't have, well, they would have lost a good bit of railroad then.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the Overhill owns most of the track on this end of the woods here.
Oh, yeah.
You just lease it out to TVRM to use for passenger trains.
I wonder if they've thought of running 4501 and 630 over the loop. I don't know if they've ever done that. I know they run them to Somerville, but
Yeah.
I've always thought that's cool, colorizing the old black and white photos.
Take some time for that.
Oh, yeah, but it's kind of sad knowing that everything in there, except for maybe the buildings, are gone. Like the engine was probably cut up, the men are dead. But, you know, that it is what it is. Life goes on.
It does go on.
There's what the depot looks like right there.
Pretty sure I'm looking at the back side of the depot. No.
That's the track. That's the track side.
Right, yeah, so that'll be the back side of the depot.
Yeah, where he's at right now running.
And now we have a fence behind everything.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, so people don't be running on the tracks.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fix stupid, you know. As a rail fan, I know that.
There's always a level of that somewhere.
Sadly. So it looks like he's shoving this down, and then he's going to get that cut across the tracks. Each cut until he has the full train made, and then CSX will probably send in their main units to come and pick them up.
Usually how that works.
Yeah, I know a similar reefer to that one, just owned by a different company, was donated to the museum in Baltimore recently. You know I have an account on a website called Virtual Rail Fan. They put live rail cameras up everywhere so you can watch the trains on the computer.
Yeah.
They got started in Folkestone, and they've gotten to almost every corner of the U.S., but they'd probably be interested in having a camera here at Etowah. I mean, if you're curious, the website's virtualrailfan.com.
Okay, I'll probably have you write it down on some.
I'll do that. I'll do that before I head out. They'd probably be interested in a place like this, because y'all have like a good vantage point up here on the second floor.
Yeah.
They could get the camera by a window. It wouldn't take much to have to take it off and fix it. Yeah. You know, they wouldn't have to use any ladder. They could just open a window up, fix it like that. I'm thinking, yeah, they could probably have one like
In that corner.
or the part that juts out further, which would probably be better, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it, let me just see. Oh, is that I was going to say, that looked like a mail slot right there.
Yeah, mostly every door in here has a mail slot.
Oh, yeah, right there. Let's see, I'm trying to think, where was the part that actually jutted out that was like above the telegraph window? Oh, yeah, right here. Here we are.
Yeah, the room back there.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, right here, for instance, they could have the camera mounted, say, right here on this wall here. Have a good vantage point, and then have another one mounted in the opposite direction so they could catch the trains coming and going.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I'm seeing Norfolk Southern. Yeah. Look here. 9654. Crew change.
You have one heck of a zoom on that camera. What's the lens?
Oh, it's a built-in lens. The camera is actually about 6 or 7 years old. But it's my primary camera now. I actually had a camcorder that went further, but had a far worse picture quality. So I'm glad I got this one. It works a lot better.
I can tell. YouTube numbers clean as day.
Yeah, it's just a matter of having a steady hand. Does Norfolk Southern have trackage rights over CSX?
That's actually a good question. I don't know.
I was going to say that train looks like it has all NS power, so I was thinking maybe. But yeah, I'm going to write that down for you. Their website, Virtual Rail Fan.
Sounds good.
All right.